If you've ever stepped into your closet and you literally are just like, I have nothing to wear, this is the video for you. Hello, gorgeous girl. Welcome back to my channel. And today is going to be such a fun one because I'm going to really share with you the exact formulas to looking chic and elegant every single day. Now, we've all been there before where you stand in your closet and it's full of clothes and you are pulling out your hair because you don't have anything to wear. There's a reason for this, and we're going to dive into exactly why that happens and what you can do instead. And you'll definitely want to stay to the end of this video because my last two tips are my favorite. Yes, girl, I am saving the best for last. In case you're new here, hello, I'm Tracy. I am at the very end of being 49 years old. I'm almost 50 years old, and things do change for us, right? I definitely noticed this when I turned about 40. I was like, I feel like I don't know how to dress anymore. Like, how do you dress when you're 40? And we don't want to be frumpy. So if that's interesting for you, you're gonna wanna stick around. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. It really does help to support me. And let's get active in the comments because that's probably my favorite part of YouTube, is meeting you. If I had to tell you a favorite tip and something that will just elevate your looks instantly, it is what is known as tonal dressing. Now, tonal dressing is a little bit different than monochromatic. Monochromatic because like you're using the same color all the time. But tonal dressing is you find a color and then there can be variations of that color. So if you're ever stuck in your closet and you're like, I just don't know what to wear, I'm going to an event, I know it's important, or you have an important meeting, or maybe you're just meeting a friend for the first time, or like someone from your child's school and you're like, I want to look put together, but I don't know what to do. Tonal dressing is the solution. So right now we are in fall, and I have to say there are some amazing color trends that are going on right now that I think are so gorgeous, luxe, look expensive, and are also fantastic for those of us like me that are way over 40. I'm talking your navy, I'm talking your burgundy, I'm talking your chocolate brown. These colors right now are having a moment, and I am so here for it. It's those really traditional fall-like colors that just lend themselves to having a richness. And when you're dressing tonally in any of those colors, what's gonna happen? You look like you put in a lot more effort. So here's a good activity for you to do. Like if you've got a Saturday or a Sunday and you've got a couple hours free, just go in your closet and look at the colors that you gravitate towards more. What are the colors that look the best on you? And then kind of place them together so that you can easily pick and choose from a tonal perspective the colors that kind of match, that maybe they have different textures, but it's really giving you that tonality and that vibe that's definitely going to upgrade your look. I personally am such a navy girl. I have so much navy in my wardrobe. And for me, it's just because when I put on an all navy look with different textures and it's that tonal dressing, I immediately look more like bossed up. I look like I actually put in effort, and it also makes my confidence raise, which is so, so important. So I want to hear from you. What are your favorite colors this fall? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. And one other hot tip: just because it's fall, do not think that you have to avoid white or cream. In my opinion, actually, I think that looks super luxe and super chic. You know, I lived for over 20 years in New York, and I didn't wear a lot of white when I lived there because, quite honestly, the city's kind of dirty. But now living in Miami, I can't get enough of white clothing. And I just think like a white sweater with some white jeans, and then maybe you've got like a brown boot, or I've got a burgundy boot. Actually, hang on, let me get that burgundy boot. These are vintage, okay? And I love, because we've got two trends going on here. I love this color. I've had these easily for like 15 years. I got them vintage, but one thing about them that I like, I actually never got the little toes. They had a couple little scratches on the leather. I actually kind of like it. Every time I wear these boots, I feel kind of like a rock star. So this would be amazing with a white sweater and a pair of jeans, or I also have these incredible brown boots. And look at this color. This is so screaming fall. And if you're like me and you live in a warmer climate where we don't get to do layers that often and layers are just not our thing, you want to think tonal dressing, that's your friend. It took me 6 years to figure this out, but I finally figured out that's how you dress for seasons in a place like Miami, is through color. So next up is something I know you've heard before, but my question for you is, are you actually doing it? And this is something that I'm guilty of a lot, is making sure that I've got what I like to call upscale basics in your wardrobe. So this is what I mean. You want to have a good tank top that fits you perfectly, that you can wear on many different occasions. Good fitting t-shirts, yes. Now, I personally am a V-neck girly because I don't have girlies, but you know, if you love a scoop neck or you like even a boat neck or something, making sure that you've got options there, and also even at different fits. Making sure that you have a great button-up top. You know, one of my best friends is a stylist in LA, and I'm telling you, stylists, like, just look at how they dress in their real life, because a lot of times they're wearing all one color, and my friend always is wearing a button up. Even like if it's her birthday party, she's not wearing some like crazy flamboyant outfit. It's usually like a button up top, and it looks so chic and so put together because it's how she puts the whole thing together. So don't sleep on your button ups. Now for tops, I think one of the best places that you can go is Amazon. Truly, I have so many basics that I get on Amazon, and even their brand, Amazon Basics, I think it is elite. It is high quality and it's fantastic. There's also a brand, and I'll leave everything linked down below and put some options here for you in the video as well. But also Pumier is very inexpensive, but it kind of gives like a nod to Skims. So it's more of that like fitted kind of like cinches you in a little bit. But I have a top from Pumier that is like a square neck tank. I wear it all the time, and I wear it even to like workout. It's like actually one of my favorite workout tops because unlike a lot of those brands, they cut them a lot longer. This one is like the perfect length for me, where it's not cropped, but it just literally sits at the top of my leggings. Now for bottoms that are basic and upscale, you got to have a pair of trousers. Obviously, you probably want to have a pair of black ones, but then I would definitely, you know, see, do you need a little bit of navy? Gray is having a moment right now, or even like a camel color. I have all of those. I am a trouser girl. I love wearing trousers because it's just a way, like if my legs aren't shaved, if I don't have a tan, I can put them on and I still feel like I'm showing up as the best version of myself. And don't forget your jeans. You've got to have denim that really works with your body type. Now, right now, the trend is a little bit more of a wider leg. So as opposed to like a skinny jean, which if you're wearing like those boots that I was showing you before and you wanted to tuck them in, obviously you'd want to wear a pair of skinny jeans. But if you're wearing, you know, a pair of sneakers, or you're wearing, you know, flats or some other kind of shoe, definitely I would say just go at least straight leg if you aren't interested in a wider leg. Now I'm only 5'1.5", and I love wearing wider leg jeans. I just find it's really flattering. It kind of gives me that, like, I feel like a 70s rock star kind of vibe, you know, really cool. In fact, the best compliment I ever got, I remember once I was waiting for a bathroom at a restaurant here in Miami, and I'm just waiting. This guy comes up to me, he'd had a drink or two, and he was like, you know what? Your style right now, you kind of look like Harry Styles. And I was like, thank you. It was exactly the look I was going for with this kind of top. And it was just, you know, and all of his looks are really nods to the 70s. So thank you, kind stranger. Now, if you wanted to dive deeper into denim, I actually recently just did a video that you all loved about the denim trends, like really what is out and what is in, and what is really age appropriate and going to make you look chic at any age and any stage of life. So definitely check out that video after this one. This is such a subtle and very specific style hack, but I'm telling you, if you do this, like, you're always going to look super well dressed, chic, and elegant. And that's what I like to call one interesting piece. Now, I know you're just talking about basics. Like, what do you mean by that? Your one interesting piece could be even wearing a bright color lipstick, or maybe you've got like a really cool pair of earrings on, or you've got some fantastic shoes that are going to be real showstoppers. But having that one piece that's maybe it's your bag or a shoe, or maybe it's the cut of a top. Like, for instance, look at this weird cut of this top, right? It's kind of boat neck, it's sort of sheer, and it's like I'm just wearing jeans and a top, super simple, but because of the sheerness of it, I don't know, I just think it's an interesting piece. It's like glittery and it's giving a little bit of interest. These shoes, I wear these with jeans and a white t-shirt, and I look like I actually put in some effort. What did I do? I put on a Gucci slide. That's it. This bag, I've had this bag for years. I absolutely love it. Such a good memory. I remember buying this in Paris. And the saleswoman that helped us was so amazing. But I love this color. It is like this amazing silver color. I love the hardware. I love this dress. And so I could wear an all black outfit, or again, jeans and a tank, something super boring, but with this bag, it it looks like, wow, she put a little thought, a little effort into it. Now, this is hilarious. So I bought this with my friend who loves anything sparkly and anything glittery, and it actually came as a set. Now, I'm almost 50 years old. Am I ever gonna wear the set together? No. Have I worn the skirt with all black and just like black shoes and a black blazer that kind of goes over the very short skirt? Absolutely. I wore this at my daughter's birthday party because I know she loves pink, and I just wore a pair of black pants. My friend actually was like, I can't believe you're wearing black at a birthday party in Miami. But I was like, you know what? White looked weird. It looked too kind of fluffy, and I just needed to ground the top a little bit with trousers that just fit me absolutely perfectly. So I felt confident. But you get the picture, right? One interesting piece. It's going to be a conversation starter. So especially if you're going someplace where maybe you don't know a lot of people, or you want to kind of make an impression, be a little bit more memorable, have that one interesting piece so that people know, oh, that girl in the pink sparkly shirt, or that girl with the like really cool shoes, or the amazing earrings, or whatever that is, or that girl, that incredible red lipstick. They will remember you, and you're always going to up level your look and be more chic and elegant when you do that. Next is the rule of our bodies. Now, you get to decide. It's your body. You can do whatever you want with it. However, I think it's really important that you feature one body part if you're really going for a more chic and elegant look. Listen, I was 20 years old once too, and I wanted to show all my parts, right? I was like a mini skirt and a crop top and all the things, but I mean, after 40, we're probably not doing that anymore. For instance, today, shoulder, right? Everything else is completely covered up, right? I got a little wrist action because it just makes me feel a little bit longer, a little bit like elongated. But again, if you're wearing something where you have amazing legs and you love featuring your legs and you want to rock a super short mini skirt with a pair of heels, amazing. But I would say like wear some suiting on top to kind of have that balance. Now it's fall. Maybe you're doing like a little bit of a sweater, or, you know, some kind of like a button up with like a sweater over your shoulders so that you're a little bit more covered up on top, but you're highlighting the legs. Or maybe you have incredible arms and you want to wear, you know, tank tops and really show your arms, right? Because they're toned and you've been working out with me. Definitely show those arms, right? But then again, that would be a great time to wear like a beautiful pair of trousers, or maybe a midi length skirt, so that the feature is really on those fantastically sculpted arms you've made. You get the picture, right? So if you've got great girls and you want to show your cleavage, go for it, you know, but I wouldn't show your cleavage and your booty. I definitely wouldn't do your cleavage and your midriff. Or even if you're over 40 years old and you want to wear a crop top and you feel confident in it, go for it. I am all for it. I am so supportive of you doing what makes you look and feel your best. But again, that one feature, just one, so it's not overdone. I am now watching on Hulu the In Vogue series, so you know I need to talk about the Queen, Miss Anna Wintour, and I just love that she might never sleep. We don't know what she looks like because that woman will not take off her sunglasses. In fact, one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when they said, okay, Anna, we're gonna get started. Do you wanna take off your sunglasses? And I loved this. She just looked at them and said, no, I'm not gonna do that. As a woman, it just healed a part of myself that I didn't know needed healing. That's a whole other conversation, right? The people pleasing, but good sunglasses are going to make you look more chic and elegant. I'm Italian American. I go to Italy all the time. What's one thing that all Italians do? Always have great sunglasses on. I don't care if they're going to the beach, they're gonna look cool and chic. And guess where's my favorite place to get sunglasses? Amazon. I have a 5-year-old and I just am not in a place in my life where I want to spend $400, $500, $600 on a pair of sunglasses anymore. At an earlier point in my life, absolutely, but now not so much. So I have a wardrobe of sunglasses, and I love that because they're great quality. They up level your outfit. Again, you could have a super boring outfit on. You could have had no sleep. You could be tired. You could have been crying over something. You put on your sunglasses and maybe like a little lip gloss and you look like you are put together. Now, this is not a trends focused video because I think that as women in our 40s and 50s, we decide what's trending for us, right? But suiting right now is having a moment. And again, I think it's just so great for us in this age bracket because when you put on a blazer, when you put on a great pair of trousers that fit you well, it's in a color that flatters you, and you're really feeling your best, your confidence level is going to go through the roof. So good suiting is such an easy way for you to really up level your look. Now, I do not own a single suit. Everything that I own is separates because I've never in my life had a corporate job, so I don't have any suits, but I do have a whole section of my closet full of blazers. Do I wear them as often as I would like? No, in fact, I don't, because I live in Miami where it's always very hot. However, the AC does get cranky in here, so I do like to kind of throw one on my arm so I have it as an option in case it's freezing in a restaurant. And I've already told you about my love for trousers, but really you can have your separates come together. And if you put them together like black pair of trousers, a black blazer, and play with your proportions, you know, everything like last season or 2 seasons ago was super, super oversized, and everything is cyclical in fashion, right? So now that oversized blazer, maybe you're putting a belt over it to kind of really cinch it in and give you a little bit more of a feminine look. You know, I think Emily in Paris, Sylvie, the French woman, I think that's a great example of really chic, really elevated, and she wore a lot of suiting. So look for her as a reference point. But even just, you know, doing that French girl style, a pair of jeans, a tank top or a t-shirt, and then throwing a blazer over it, it's going to make you look timeless. It's going to make you look chic. It's going to make you look elegant, and it's definitely going to elevate your look as well. You know, before we dive in some more, I just want to thank you once again for being here. You are what make this channel and this community amazing. We're almost at 300,000 subscribers, so I just want to take a second to I love interacting with you in the comments. You know, I try my very best to respond to each and every one of you, so keep it going. And if you haven't already, this would be a great time to just tap on that subscribe button. It's totally free to do so, and it really, really does help to support my channel. I've talked about this before, but I'm going to tell you again, because repetition is what's going to create mastery, and that is making sure you've got a good tailor. I always have a section in my closet which are like the tailor pile. You know, you've got a hem that kind of fell out of a pair of pants, or maybe you lost a few pounds and you need to take the pants in a little bit at the waist, or you want to just bring the skirt up a little bit, or maybe lengthen it. But it's really, really important that you invest in having a good tailor. Now, hot tip, I say this all the time, especially when it comes to trousers or jeans. Depending on the fit, sometimes I will upsize my jeans a little bit, and then I'll get the waist taken in, and then I'll get the length taken up so that it's perfect, floor skimming. Again, I'm a short queen. I'm only 5'1½". I like to say 5'2", but I'm not. And I just always make sure that my jeans are skimming the floor so that, especially with a heel, you can't even see my feet. You just see like this very long leg. It helps. It's a good trick of the eye. If you want to look chic and elegant, it's really important that your clothes fit you well. So again, take a day, take a couple of hours, go through your closet piece by piece. I always recommend doing this at least once a year. When I lived in New York, I used to do this because obviously less space. I would do it probably 3 or 4 times a year, and I just would kind of go through everything. If I haven't worn it for a year, get rid of it. You know, you either donate it, you give it to a friend, or you give it to, you know, an organization or something. Don't just throw it out, obviously, but like there's someone else that will wear that. And if it doesn't suit you and who you are right now, you don't need to take up that space. And also, if you're getting really good quality, especially the basics, it's worth the investment to go to a tailor and get those pants hemmed. Make sure that you're taking good care of your clothes and that they fit you and your figure and your body really properly. That is like the key to looking chic and elegant. Now, again, I told you, I suffer from this sometimes too, where it's like, I just don't know like what my vibe is. And especially this comes up for me, and tell me in the comments if this happens to you too, when I'm going on vacation. So I know what my vibe is in my day-to-day life. It's usually functional, right? Like I'm busy. And if I'm wearing regular clothes and not workout clothes, it's like, I do want to look put together. I want to look classic. I want to look elegant, but I don't want to look too done. I like something a little bit like, oh, she just threw that on kind of vibe. But for some reason, when I go on vacation, I'm like, try to become a different person, you know? Now, I don't think that's a great idea. We could probably do a whole other video about that, but one really, really great way to just elevate your look, and it's so easy, is that mix of masculine and feminine. Here's what I mean by that. Wearing like suiting pants, you know, a trouser with like a spiky stiletto, right? And maybe just like a hint of lace popping out of that suit. I think that is just so sexy and chic. Or maybe you're wearing just jeans and a button up, but you've got a great bra and just a tiny little bit of that lace is like popping out a little bit. I think that looks so chic. Or maybe you've got like a long maxi skirt on with a blazer, but your camisole underneath has a little bit of a lace detail. And we can't forget having like a slip dress on, which is super, super feminine, but then putting on like a motorcycle jacket on top of that. Timeless elegance, giving 90s minimalism and that mix of masculine and feminine. So just kind of look for those opportunities. Again, like I said, maybe have a little section of your closet where you're like, these are my formula clothes, so that it's easy for you to just pick and choose and go. Now, I can't have a video like this without talking about denim. I know I mentioned it earlier, and like I said, I have a whole other video all about denim trends and what's in and what's out, but there are certain styles that are never ever gonna go out of style. And in my opinion, that is a straight leg jean and more of like a kind of a Levi's 501. I love denim when it's like, if you look at it, you don't know, is it the 70s? Is it the 60s? Is it the 80s? Or is it 2024? Now, sometimes it is fun to play with little trends. You know, like I have like a subtle barrel leg kind of jean that I've actually had for many years. It's funny because this was before the barrel trend, but again, it was just something different, something interesting. But making sure that your denim are pieces that it's not screaming a certain time. You know, in the early 2000s, we had so much ripped and like destroyed denim and bedazzled and bejeweled, and it's just like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And you know what? I was guilty of it too. But now at this point in my life, almost 50, I want my denim to just be super, super timeless. So make sure you have good denim that's in good condition, that fits you well, and that you feel really confident in. And that leads me to my next point, which is truly, if you want to look chic and elegant, the number one thing that you must do is bring your confidence to the table. You know, especially, you know, women that are over 40, we start knowing what we like and what we don't like. We have a stronger sense of self than we did when we were in our teens and our 20s and probably even our 30s, right? So it's really, really important that you show up as the best version of you. And you know what? If you love something, wear it, but wear it with confidence and let it be a conversation starter. Let it be something that gets people talking, as long as you feel good in it. I think of like Betsy Johnson and Patricia Field, you know, they're designers and they kind of have a wacky, zany style. I've actually seen both of them in New York as I think about it. But, you know, you don't have to go that broad, but having, you know, signature look or something that you feel really confident in. And, you know, this is my favorite top. I don't care if you've had it for 30 years, wear it if it really makes you feel good. And of course, if it's in good condition. So that's what I got for you today. You are my favorite. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope this really helped you to kind of really assess your wardrobe a little bit. Let's get active in the comments. You are amazing. And if you want to keep hanging with me here on YouTube, check out this video next, and I'll see you there.